thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Sunday, August 3rd, Major League Baseball slate. We're going to get going into it here in just a minute, but hopefully you got a chance to take a look at the wacky games on Saturday. As we saw the Dodgers get shut out. That doesn't happen very often. That offense, by the way, has been disappointing for a month, and I'll be really honest with you, unless they figure out how to get that thing going, they could be in trouble if they don't get healthy on the pitching side. Blue Jays finally beat the Royals. Cubs bullpen gives up a 3-0 lead. They lose 4-3 in the heartbreaker of the day. That's on me. I guess we won the first 3, 5, and 7 innings, but I did not expect that to happen whatsoever. So I will take it that one on the chin. I told you guys Tigers, Phillies, even though it was Skubal and Wheeler, over 6.5 was about as easy as it was going to get. That game's 7-5. Brewers remain red hot, 8-2 win. Red Sox can continue to hit left-handers, 7-3. Mets get a win. Rangers and the Mariners, another big scoring game. Guards squeak out past the Twins. Marlins, we told you Yuli was pitching well. He pitched well again. They went 2-0. Unfortunately, the Bristol game, that was kind of the views were pretty spectacular, I thought. We got a chance to check that out, but suspended after a while in the bottom of the first due to the rain, couldn't get anything going. The D-backs actually showed up. Congratulations. We told you the White Sox is dog of the day. They only have to score 1 run to get that done. And what the hell happened to the Padres? I mean, realistically, come on. There is no reason to lose to St. Louis right now. They gave away their bullpen. Their hitting hasn't been spectacular. McGreevy, they got to McGreevy early. They scored 4 quick runs. Vasquez got smacked around. Not a lot of fun. Anyway, we're going to get on to Sunday. We're going to have some fun today. That is for sure. Just a reminder, this episode and all of our episodes brought to you by Outlier.com. You will find a link to it. It is one of the best betting app tools out there on the market. Not only does it help you find the lowest odds out of all the books that you have available to you, but also great bets, trends as well. We get a lot of research done there as well as some other spots, but Outlier's fantastic. If you like doing the research yourself and want to immerse yourself into the sports and betting part of it, why not get a little bit of help? 7-day free trial with Outlier. That will be in the comments section. You will see a link there. All right. Also, if you're new to our show, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 teams. Well, that's where we play our bets: Royals, Cubs, Dodgers, and Orioles. Now, just a reminder for all of you that want to throw smart-ass comments out there, you don't know what the unit size is, and I don't play them. I tend to play player props heavier than a money line. So if I give you a money line in the games that we're in, more times than not, I'm much heavier on other things, but still play the money line. And yes, we haven't had a spectacular 2 days because the Cubs lost. The Royals won against the Blue Jays, which they shouldn't have in this series. Shit like that happens. It's baseball. It's 162 regular season games in about 190 days. Things happen. So, and with the amount of plays that we have going on every day, I'm not expecting to go 80-0. You got to be smart about this, folks. It's about being profitable at the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, end of the season. We haven't had a losing season, and I can't tell you when. So keep that in mind. If you just caught 2 days of baseball and you want to go make some smart-ass comments, feel free. But do me a favor, let me know when your show's on so I can watch what you do as well. Anyway, enough said about that. I got that out of the way. As a lot of creators out there, we get tired of trolls. And that's what you are if you want to just come on and bitch. So just a heads up. Anyway, we'll get started. First game of the day. Let's get rocking and rolling. We've got Astros, Red Sox. What do we got? 11:35 Eastern time frame. This game is but early in the morning. Here's the one issue in this game. Framber Valdez and Giolito. The Red Sox can hit left-handers, but Valdez is a pretty damn good left-hander. We will say that. Total in this game, 8.5. Valdez, I think, probably pitches pretty well. And I think Giolito probably pitches pretty well in this one. So why wouldn't we go under, right? Under, and it's also that Sunday morning early game always seems to hit that under mark as well. Under 4.5 runs first 5 innings, under 8.5 for the game. I expect Fromber to go 18 plus outs with probably not breaking a sweat, but he's going to give up probably a couple runs. I expect Giolito to give up a couple runs. I expect this game to probably be 2-2 heading into the bullpen, and hopefully it doesn't get butt-ass crazy. But that's kind of what we expect there in that Astros-Red Sox game. Next game up, another crack early game here, 12:10 Eastern time frame, Rays and the Dodgers, Yamamoto and Boyle. So Boyle hasn't went more than 3 innings, I believe, as of yet. So definitely a bullpen game. He's more of an opener, I guess, if you want to call that, against the Dodgers. Yamamoto pitching. Yamamoto's pitched well this season. He hasn't gotten a lot of run support, and he's left a lot of games probably tied, right? So, or they can't seem to score. Here's the thing. I mean, it seems like the Dodgers right now are capped at about 5-6 runs. So team total at a lot of spots is at 5.5. Don't play the over 5.5. If you want to play it, play the alternate line over 4.5 or play under 5.5. Probably the better way to do it. Until the Dodgers figure out how to explode, why play anything else? Now, Freeman's been smoking red hot, right? So keep that in mind as well. But we do like the Dodgers to get this win. Now, I honestly think this thing's 5-1, but no guarantee it's 5-1, right? As we're trying to get the plays up here, and of course, Google Sheets wants to update everything while we're in the middle of the show. Thank you, Google Sheets. We love you. You make life easy. Sometimes you make life too hard, right? Just like every other tool we use. Got to love the technology, but sometimes these updates are just killers. Dodgers money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over 4.5 team total. Let's see. Dodgers -0.5 run, first 3 and first 5 innings. Dodgers -1.5 runs for the first 7 innings. And then we'll get back to Boyle for the Rays, under 4.5 strikeouts. Freddie Freeman, Will Smith. We should see Smith. It was a big deal yesterday, Smith not being in the lineup. So Freeman and Smith, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. And let's get on. Oh, y'all, by the way, one more play here. Yamamoto, 18+ outs. I think he goes 6. I don't know if I think he gets into the 7th. I don't know if he finishes it. And then we finally get to the normal time starting games. 1:35 Eastern time. Mizorowski and the Brewers, Lord and the Nationals. I told you yesterday or the day before, the Brewers realistically have a shot to win the National League and go to the World Series. That's how good they're playing right now. They're playing better than every other team in baseball for the most part. They have been in fuego. They're pitching well. They're hitting tremendously. That lineup has definitely cranked it up a bunch. And they got a lot of juice when Mizorowski comes up. He's pitched in today against Lord. Lord's pitched all right. He hasn't been god awful like some of their starters. But I'm telling you, the Brewers at about $1.84 favorite. It's a little heavy. I'm going to be honest with you there. So I think the Brewers win this game, but the value is with the Nats +1.5. Right? So it depends on how you want to play this. You want to play what we think we're going to do, what's going to happen, or we want to play the value. There's value bettors, and then there's other bettors, right? The value's on the +1.5 here for the Nats. But I do like the Brewers money line first 5. It's going to be a little pricey, but sometimes things that are pricey are pricey. Brewers money line front 5. I think the Brewers also win the game. I would not play them on the run line. But I expect the Brewers to get some runs as well. So Brewers over to score 5+ runs. I think it's definitely a great possibility there. Next game up, 10:30. Let's see. Well, that's 10:37 here. So 1:37 Eastern time frame. Royals, Blue Jays. So Lugo versus Bassett. Lugo's had tremendous success against the Blue Jays lifetime. He's been good. ERA is way down. Expected ERA is way down. He should keep that Toronto lineup in check. Now, that Toronto lineup realistically hasn't scored more than 4 runs, except for one here in the last, 6 or 7. besides for a 9-run game that they barely won 9-8. They have had trouble getting outs, and they've been giving up runs. Bassett, ERA is a little higher against the Royals than probably you would expect. I expect the Royals here, as they seem to get a little bit of juice with Yaz, the trade for Yaz, and a couple other guys in the lineup. All of a sudden, this lineup looks like it can hit. Miguel Garcia's had a really good run all season long. Bobby Witt seems like he picked up the pace. He had a 3-run homer the other day on Friday. We like the Royals in this spot. They're a dog. You're getting plus money. Great value here as well. Royals money line, plus 1.5, minus 1.5, 2.5 on the run line. Royals over 3.5 team total, one of our favorite plays of the day. Then we've got Royals money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Seth Lugo, 18-plus outs. Seth Lugo, under 2.5 earned runs. I don't necessarily like his strikeout number. I believe it's around 5. He's not a big strikeout guy. He's a guy that he pitches to contact a lot of times and gets outs without giving up long balls, without giving up shots. Now, he's got his moment. He's had a couple spots this year where he's given up a 5 spot. I don't think it's going to be on Sunday, and we expect the Royals to come out with the victory on that one with all those plays there. All right, then we get to 1:40 Eastern time. Welcome back to the big leagues, Lucas Gill and Cabrera for the Mariners. Not the Mariners. How about the Marlins? Can anybody speak right? Can I speak right one day? I will tell you this. So last 2 starts for Cabrera, 6 innings, 1 run, 5 2/3, 1 run. And 4 and 6 strikeouts. I don't know if he's going to strike out a bunch of Yankees. Obviously, we've seen – so the Yankees put up a boatload of runs on Friday, still lost. They put up a squadouche on Saturday and lost. And do we think Gill's going to be fantastic his first start out? Probably not. So I don't know how we get away from the Marlins in this spot. Not only that, even money or better. So Marlins money line first 5. Marlins plus a half a run first 5. Marlins plus 1.5. Marlins money line, I think, are all excellent plays. Marlins over their team total also has a great shot. Yankees under 4.5. I think also has a fantastic shot in that in this Sunday early afternoon matchup. Next game up, 10:40 Eastern. I'm sorry, 10:40 out here in Phoenix, 1:40 Eastern time. Twins and the Guardians. No starter announced yet for the Twins. What a shock! Guardians going with Cantillo. He's been probably one of their weakest links on the starting side. Let's be honest here. He hasn't been fabulous. He's been okay. But the Guardians have figured out a way to get a couple wins in this series, and they really haven't looked very impressive doing it. Do they have one game where they look a little bit more impressive? I will say this. The Twins have hung in a couple games here. I thought they might fold. They've actually hung in pretty well. So give the Twins some credit. After trading away half their team, which they needed to do, let's be honest. I'm sorry, Twins fans. You had to reload. You weren't going anywhere. You need some offensive players desperately. That's where you need a lot of help. But the Guardians haven't been like that much better. So I do like the Guardians to win this game. I think the juice might be a shade high with Cantillo on the mound. You're almost paying $1.70 for this. But Guardians minus a half a run, first 5. Guardians money line for the game. I still got to play Jose Ramirez basically every day. I look at it this way. So if he stings you 1 out of 4 games or 1 out of 5 games, you're well ahead of the curve. You just, if you're straight playing him, if you're doing it in parlays, and I'm going to say this here, and I know we're kind of cutting this in the middle of the game. If you bet parlays, you better be prepared to lose a lot more than you win. So you might win one parlay that pays for the 10 that you lost. But if you're one of those kind of people that don't like to lose, myself included, don't like losing. Don't like it. I've learned to take it in stride over the years. Shit happens. Not everything works out perfectly, even though I think I handicapped the game perfectly. But if you, like I said, if you bet a lot of parlays, just be prepared to lose a lot. The key is, if you're going to play that way, you lose 10 and the one you hit pays more than the 10 that lost. So just keep that in mind. I understand straight wagers are boring. Nobody wants, for a lot of people's bankroll, nobody wants to play $10 to win $9. But you can get there and then eventually get the bankroll bigger, where all of a sudden we got a lot more wood on it, and make quite a bit more money. Next game up, we've got Giants, Mets, Frankie Montas versus Whisenhunt in this one here. So the Mets offense finally showed up. What do we get? We get a dozen runs on Saturday after the piss poor performance on Friday. They should be able to crush the Giants here. Montas hasn't been fantastic, but they should be able to hit Whisenhunt and that San Francisco bullpen that had to trade pieces as well. Give us the Mets minus a half a run first 5. Mets Giants over 4.5 first 5. We'll stay away from the back end of the game on that one. Mets over their team total as well, as we think the offensive barrage continues. Next game up, Orioles and the Cubs. The most frustrating series I have seen maybe so far this season. Young versus Colin Ray in Wrigley again. Cubs are $1.80 or so favorite. No shocker there. Cubs win 1-0 on a piss poor game on Friday. Cade Horton pitched masterfully. There was hardly any hits in that game on either side. The 4 runs given up by the bullpen, with the 3-run homer being the dagger. And then the Cubs can't seem to recover against a Baltimore bullpen that's traded away every pitcher that's probably above Double-A, expectations. Are you freaking kidding me? Is this the start of the Cubs slide that we anticipate? Normally it doesn't happen for another month, as it normally happens around the September timeframe. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Cubs are basically, the way this is going, are fighting for a wild card spot, because the Brewers are not a joke. The Brewers are damn good. And the Cubs offense right now is not playing well. Carl Armstrong, we 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. I mean, it's Kyle Tucker 1 for 5. Suzuki, 0 for 2 with 3 walks. Dansby Swanson can't ever hit shit. I mean, this is what this is boiling down to for the Cubs. They are in major trouble. They need a get right game, and I think it starts here on this Sunday. Not a 1-run win. They need to go out and beat somebody up like 8-2, right? So Cubs, we'll give you all the plays in this one. Even though I honestly think the value is here with the Orioles, but I can't play them with Young on the mound. Cubs money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over 4.5 team total. We really like that bet. We think the offense shows up. Cubs minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Michael Busch, Nico Horner, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. Next game up, Pirates and the Rockies. This series has been actually pretty fun. 3:10 Eastern time. What do we got? Baylock and Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller, I think the record doesn't show it, but he's pitched pretty well all season. ERA under 4. He keeps him in the game most of the time. He's a quality pitcher. The Cubs would love to have him. We could eat some innings with Keller. I've seen Keller go deep into games as well. He eats innings. Pirates in this one are $1.74 favorite, 11.5 total. The way this series has gone, Rockies, I think, are the play here. I don't know if you can get away from them, right? Rockies plus 1.5. Also, I think there's value there at Rockies plus 2.5. Total at 11.5. I think it's going to be relatively close, but I do think we get to 12. I wouldn't play the first 5 over, but we watch these bullpens blow up. I think we can see a lot of runs late in this game, and the game finally goes over. It might be an excellent live game to play the over, because if you get a couple scoreless innings early, all of a sudden that 11.5 is going to be 8.5. So just keep that in mind as well. Probably a great live opportunity. Next game up, D-backs finally get a win on Saturday. They go for they try to win a series, 4:05 Eastern time. We got Perkins and Eduardo Rodriguez. Welcome to, it's another national holiday. It's called National Eduardo Rodriguez Day. He is god-awful. So here's my issue with Rodriguez. So a couple years ago when he was pitching for the Tigers, having a fantastic season, they were going nowhere. He vetoed a trade to the Dodgers because he wanted to continue to pitch in Detroit so he could get his contract. So because he knew he was about to be a free agent. So let's call bullshit. And then, of course, the Diamondbacks line up to pay every scrub pitcher they can find. They did it with Jordan Montgomery after the World Series, overpaid for him. They overpaid for Eduardo. They paid proper money for Corbin Burns, but the way the Diamondbacks' luck is, he's going to be out all of 25 and 26 due to Tommy John. So more shit happens for the D-backs. I said this in the show yesterday. I personally like Mike Hazen and Torey Lovullo. They both need to be gone. They need new blood. They need some excitement in that Diamondbacks clubhouse. Even because their players, Ketel Marte is a good hitter. Corbin Carroll's a good hitter. But can we be really honest here? Is their team just kind of boring? Right? It just seems boring. I mean, they don't really – there's no guy that you're like, man, I got to go see him pitch, or I got to go see him play, or I got to go see him hit. They need a star. They need a young star. They need a guy that a right-handed power bat that can hit 35 home runs in that ballpark that should give up all those home runs all day long. Who flips a bat, runs somebody over, gets in a fight. Something with a little grit and fire is what the Diamondbacks need for the future. Now, let's focus on the game for Sunday here. What they need is Eduardo Rodriguez to pitch a lot better than he has been. We don't expect it. We like the A's here. They're basically an even money dog. A's money line first 5, A's money line game, A's plus a half first 5, A's plus 1.5. All kinds of options there for the A's, I think, in that game. The Diamondbacks did win one. I don't think they will win 2 in this series. Next game up, White Sox and the Angels. Oh, my God, do the Angels suck. I know they play so much better on the road. I do not understand what their deal is at home, right? And they're $1.40 favorite. Kokowitz with the sinker ball that can't sink against Sean Burke. We're going back to the well with the White Sox again today. Rarely are you going to see me play the White Sox 2 days in a row, but I really like them on the plus side. I don't know if they win the game outright. They probably got a great chance, but plus 1.5, plus a half first 5. The Angels can't seem to figure out how to score runs at home as they lose 1-0 on Saturday. How do you lose 1-0 to the White Sox? Like, they're pulling out so many pitchers that can shut down your offense. Are you freaking kidding me? All right, enough said. I mean, Angels just total turd on Saturday. I think they roll over and play dead for Sunday. Next game up, 4:10 Eastern time. Padres and the Cardinals. Disappointments abound with the Padres on Saturday's game. I think we kind of talked about it earlier. They got to McGeady early, and then all of a sudden Vasquez fell apart, and the bullpen that's supposed to be vaunted gave up more runs. This is simple. If the Padres are planning on contending for the NL West, which is within their grasp, or the postseason, because if they get into the postseason, folks, here's the thing that you'll notice. The Padres will actually they put the ball in play a ton. They don't strike out much, right? Which is a big benefit as you make the defense make sure they turn plays. Not only that, bullpens do win World Series. Go to the 2015 Royals, for an example, when they had their dominant 7th, 8th, and 9th guys, because if they had the lead after 6, you were done, right? So if they make the playoffs, they can be pretty a tough out. The key is trying to get that to win that division rather than just be a wild card, and then all of a sudden you're in a 3-game set and you're in trouble, right? So they cannot let games like Saturday happen. The offense has to bail out sometimes the pitching. Their offense, you look at that lineup now, they added Laureano and O'Hearn, and they got Tatis and Machado and Jackson Merrill and Luis Arez. I mean, come on. How many more guys do you need in the lineup that can hit? They've got to hit the ball better. They just do. No question about it. We like the Padres in this one, even though Dylan Cease can be a little bit crazy. Andrew Palante gives up runs like a boatload normally. Padres over their team total. Padres minus a half run first 5. Padres also minus 1.5 on the run line. Next game up, Rangers and the Mariners. Final game of the 4-game set. DeGrom going against Logan Evans. So this series has been a little weird. I'm going to put it to you this way. I did not expect game 1 and 2 both go to Mariners. Game 3, we thought leaned a little bit more Mariners, and then they sneak it out. The Rangers do. So it's been a little bit back and forth. That's what happens in these division games for sure. The games are relatively tight. I do like DeGrom here. He did not pitch fantastic his last time out, but good enough if the damn offense could show up. Logan Evans is probably the weak link in the starting pitchers for the Mariners. Give us the Rangers, money line, first 5 innings. Rangers, money line for the game. They got to score some runs. You're not going to win a game 2-0 very, very often. You're going to have to put up a 4 or 5 spot in order to continue to win. If they do that, DeGrom should cruise and they get the victory. Next game up, and Sunday Night Baseball, Tigers, Phillies. So Skubal and Wheeler both looked really good. Skubal a little bit better on Saturday's game, and then the bullpen's just, the Tigers bullpen once again got destroyed. They didn't address the problem that they have. They're going to continue to face this problem, and to be really honest, where they're going to really feel it, because they're going to make the playoffs. They've got such a huge lead in the AL Central. That's where they're going to feel this bullpen problem is there. Skubal can't pitch every day, and he doesn't go 9 innings, and they don't have 7-inning games. If the games were only 7 innings, Skubal will win every fucking game. Excuse my French. But they don't. Sunday Night Baseball, though, this one, Charlie Morton, as bad as Charlie Morton started, he was like, what was he? I mean, he had an ERA over 10. I think over his last, what is it? Like a dozen starts. He's 7-1 with the ERA under 3. So he's definitely, that's why he got moved. Tigers picked him up. That was a good move here. Sunday Night Baseball with him and Sanchez, totals at 8. I'd play under 4.5 first 5, under 8 for the game. Slight lean to the Tigers at the plus 1.5 on the run line. I think the Phillies probably win this, but this thing is 3-2-4-3. I think we see another tight one on Sunday Night Baseball. I mean, even the game yesterday with a bunch of runs was only a 2-run game, right? So this is where we ended up. So I think, plus 1.5 is probably going to, having that run and a half in your pocket is going to be huge. All right, so we just went through full slates of baseball games. Wasn't that fun? I told you we're going to have some fun this Sunday. Also, if the Reds and the Braves get back underway, they're supposed to in Bristol on that one. I honestly like, if you can still get in on that, a bunch of runs scored. It looks like the guys can't see pretty. The sight lines are good at Bristol, which you're always a little bit worried out. So it's going to be some live plays on that one, but definitely would look there as well. But I think we got a fun slate of games for Sunday. And then we had, obviously everybody hits the road. And Cubs-Red series coming up Monday, Royals-Red Sox, Cardinals-Dodgers, Orioles-Phillies. We've got some pretty good stuff coming up for the start of the week as well. So just a reminder, all of our episodes brought to you by Outlier.com and Outlier, the app, the world's leading basically sports betting app. It's not a sports book. It's what it's there to do is to help you find quality plays and the cheapest juice out there. It's a fantastic product. Link will be for a 7-day free trial for it. Link will be in the comment section. Also, Discord channel available for all of you out there. Yes, it's $50 per month. Appreciate all the people that continue signing up. So before we did the show, we posted in the Discord channel obviously all of our baseball plays, a ton of WNBA for Sunday, golf and Formula One. There is so many plays in there. You could go absolutely insane and crazy. So it's there for the degenerate or the guy that just wants a couple picks per day. Either way, if you're playing north of $200 per month combined, the $50 a month will probably be the best 50 you spend. Not only that, you have over 200 other members on there that also throw stuff out. There's also a couple other cappers that throw bets in there. There is all kinds of opportunities for you. Make sure you check it out. You will see join our Discord in the comment section. Click on that link. It'll send you the checkout. Then they'll once you pay, it will direct you over to the Discord as well. So a lot of quality stuff. Also, if you like the content you're seeing here, the best way you can show us is love is make sure you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Also, give us likes, shares, comments. All that stuff's greatly appreciated. It helps promote the show across the world. And like I said, the more I think the better off we all are that we can share knowledge all the way across. So, letting us know what you like is also acceptable in there. So make sure you drop a comment saying, I really like this game, or I really like this total, or I really like this player. I love hearing stuff like that. I learn as well. I've been doing this 30 plus years, but I learn every day, just like we learn in life every day. So always appreciate when you guys do stuff like that as well. We do appreciate your support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.